What are you looking at? Be honest.
Meat in the fridge.
You also talked about you use a bunch of different Gmail accounts.
And that one, unfortunately, I couldn't use anymore because it was on restricted mode. It was just the only way that was going to pay
the bills.
Pay the bills.
But I like to make sure that people are going after their goals, their dreams.
Meat in the fridge.
You're wasting time. You want to be doing other things or looking at different things than what you're looking at. Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Fix Your Search. And today I have a new guest. His name is Antonio. Hi, Antonio.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you?
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. So you applied to come on the Fix Your Search show. Can you tell me a little bit of why you wanted to come on the show?
Yeah, I've struggled a little bit with, I think, being on the phone too much and just scrolling through, looking at internet stuff and just, instead of like going outside and doing regular things. And I saw this ad for this casting gig that you were looking to interview people who are looking to fix their search, and that's something I actually am glad it's now I can be able to have help with, to be able to see what's really on the web, to that's guaranteed more than just like scrolling through and being on social media, like actually seeing more about like things I could really be looking on.
Okay, so you want help with scrolling. So you're saying you're like, are you sitting in your like bed or room just looking at the internet?
Yeah,
Okay.
That's one thing I've struggled with a lot, is basically just too much down here, and just like I do have YouTube, that's what I love to watch, but like being too much, like just scrolling through the same thing every day. Like I've used like the internet stuff if I have to like ever apply for jobs, or like if I like to download music, but there's been a little bit too much insanity on the internet looking at the same thing more than once, and I'd love to be able to look up what I haven't been able to see yet, like anything particularly, like applying for jobs, or even like anything pretty much than just like just on the phone basically.
Okay, because Fix Your Search, basically what we go over is your online presence and what's out there for you. But this is interesting that you reached out to me because you want to be doing other things or looking at different things than what you're looking at. So what are you looking at? Be honest. What are you looking at mostly online?
I look up a lot about like, because I work at a movie theater, and
Okay.
it's my spare time. I love to look up a lot of like the box office numbers for movies, like which ones come out, but it's always been the same thing too, because like whenever a new movie comes out, I'm trying to see if it's reached the 1 billion status yet, or if it's
Okay.
on that threshold yet. But it's because it's only been the next day. It's hard to determine like a few months from now if that's really what's gonna be seen, like it being number one. And but there's times where I also am just on the internet to listen to music, but I want to find new songs too. Like I used to play a lot of like old school music for the most part, so I'd love to be able to know like what new artists are out there and what new
Okay.
songs to play.
I mean, that's basically just a simple search, right?
Yeah.
You do that on YouTube or you do that on Google. But I'm like more interested in what you're saying, as far as I think maybe you're wasting time. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
You're kind of online too much. You're not looking at maybe things that are productive enough for you. Is that what you think's going on?
Yeah.
Like, tell me, first off, how old are you?
25.
You're 25. Okay, so tell me what your day is like. First off, where do you have a job?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you do?
At the movie theater, I'm usually
So you work in a movie theater?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And I shift between positions. So I usher a couple days, I work door a couple days. I'll do QC, where I have to go through movie theaters to check like when we had a Minecraft movie playing, the whole chicken jockey thing was going nuts. So I had to actually walk in and say, shh, like please don't, like that. I work stock a few times, which is where I have to come in on a Thursday at like 12 p.m. sharp. Sometimes I can clock in 5 minutes before, because that's a good policy to get to work already. And I'll stay till like about usually 4 p.m. and I usually we'll have to take care of food to put in place. So if we have to put like meat in the fridge, we'll go to the fridge and we'll date the meat. Then I've also worked, we have an arcade, so I've had to help remove some coins from the machines.
Okay.
And sometimes I've actually had to do creatively, we had some paintings we've had to put on, so I've actually had to paint a little bit. I'm not the best artist, I'm not Monet, but
Paintings where, like on the wall, you're doing
yeah,
murals?
we had one for Wicked for Good. So we had
cool.
we paint on the walls. We haven't just recently had one that had a little popcorn, like I think it's like the $7.99 discount on Tuesdays. So it's It's great. It's a great job, and it's really good to be working with people who are deep down cinephiles. Like they love going to the movies as much, but because we live in an era where I think going to the movies is shifted, where people are just watching movies on the phone, not in the theater as much.
Okay, so it's not as busy as it used to be, basically, or
not so much. I mean, I think this year with Spider-Man: Brand New Day, it's going to be pretty busy though.
Okay, and that's coming out soon?
July 31st.
Okay, so where are you originally from?
Burbank, California.
You're from Burbank. Okay, so do you still live there now, or you live in Huntington? I think you had said.
I live in Huntington Beach currently. I'd love to move back to Burbank though. It's really nice.
Okay, so this is what when you had sent your audition tape in, you were talking about scrolling on the internet, and that's something that you didn't want to be doing as much. You also talked about you use a bunch of different Gmail accounts or something. What is that about?
Yeah, I've had to use 3 Gmails because at times what happened was the only Gmail I actually ever had was for school when I was in high school, and that one unfortunately I couldn't use anymore because it was on restricted mode, as unfortunately most of the internet stuff is these days. So I had to create another Gmail to actually create, and I had to get it on my phone.
Okay.
And then the other 2 came, I think, after, honestly, when I was just trying to apply for other jobs too, because I had to apply through other Gmails as well.
So you said you work all around. So you're not just, they don't just station you like where you're the popcorn guy or the ticket guy or anything like that.
So it's very multi positions, which I love. And one time I recently learned how to put a projector into place. I had to help two other of the ushers too, which was great. And it's good to be working at a theater to help people come back to the industry, especially with COVID. So it's good to see we're back and nearly back in that position.
Nice. So does anyone ever try to sneak food into the theater?
We've had that happen many times. I've even worked a door and we've had people come in just without any tickets. And one of the times I worked at a movie theater, I ended up actually saying, we sometimes don't have doors, so we just have to send people straight to the concessions line. And one of the girls, an audience came in and she was like, "Oh, here's my ticket." And I just let her go through. And then one of the managers next to me was like, "We have to scan the tickets because if we don't scan the tickets, we lose the hours." So there's that, which thankfully I didn't get written up. I was just forewarned, don't, make sure everyone gets their admittance ticket.
Do you get to watch as many free movies as you want?
Yes, please. I've loved watching the free movies. A lot of them I've been playing recently. We were showing Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Madagascar had a re-release. I think the Lego movie's being re-released. Lots of re-releases ever since COVID. The only problem though is for Fathom events, we can't pay for that. So the Lord of the Rings trilogy was being re-released, and for the Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King, I actually paid out of pocket. But I got to watch it the whole way through. So
you really love movies then?
Yes. Please.
What's your favorite movie?
Jaws.
Jaws,
which just
the very first original one?
The Spielberg version. The one that it was celebrated its 50th anniversary this year, and I saw it 3 times. It was great. And the thing that I love about that movie is the audience was seeing it, but these were people of all ages, seeing. I know the PG rating is dependable, but seeing 7-year-old kids with their parents, friends going, boyfriends, girlfriends, even people from around the world, seeing that Jaws still is relevant today. And I think that's what a movie like Jaws is supposed to do, is to bring people back to the movies. So to see everyone seeing that is the best 4-quadrant experience ever.
Well, that's
absolutely
cool.
Thank you.
So how many coworkers do you have?
We have a total of about 31, I'd say, because every theater is different, but everyone's pretty sweet. We all come from different walks of life too. So some of us are in their 20s. We've hired some people in high school, which is good, so they can get the experience. We've had people who are much older, and it's great to meet everyone and get the walks of life. Some of the workers I work with, and I respect them for this, they're just there to work. They're not there to chit chat. And I've been that way at times. I don't sometimes want to show up and just yappy yap. I want to show up, get the job done. Also, depending on the seasons too, because we've worked a couple, Halloween season's not busy, so we sometimes have a shorter usher shift. But I'm always there to say hi when I can and to get the job done, because it's such a great job.
So as far as you scrolling a lot online, I'm trying to figure out for you, where you aren't wasting time. Because so you work in a movie theater. So you graduated. Did you go right into that job? Because I think you said you worked there about 5 years.
I worked there for about 5 years.
Okay.
I'd gone to school. I did a little bit of college because I was looking to major in DJing because I love music also. But that, unfortunately, and some of the friends that I work with at the theater, they've struggled through the same thing of, it's harder now to sometimes get a job out of college with a degree for some reason. So I had to find another job because it was just the only way that was going to pay
the bills.
Pay the bills and pay also for like to put food on the table, or if I have to get like certain things, necessities. I mean, I don't spend all the time because that would be too nonsensical, but when the majority of when I need the money. But I'm still looking to do that DJing job as well.
So you are. Oh, I love that. So that's one of your goals then.
It's something, yes, please. It's something I'm still looking to check mark off my list of ambitions.
Because that's what I do. I've been a mentor for years. I don't know how much you looked up about me or not, but I like to make sure that people are going after their goals, their dreams, and it mostly starts with your online search, because everything's online now, right? That is your digital resume, your digital footprint, which we'll go over about you later. But I just want to get to know, as much as I can about you so that we can make sure that you aren't wasting time. We look towards whatever your goal is, and then we figure out how you can utilize that time to work towards your goal. And then whatever, like, when's the last time you Googled yourself?
I don't actually think I've ever Googled myself, which is funny because when I was in school and the whole internet stuff was starting with Facebook and Instagram, our teacher randomly just looked us up, and I was honestly very concerned about that.
So you haven't Googled yourself?
No, I think there's too many of my name. The name Antonio is very common. So
I'm so glad you said that, because I did Google you, and you cannot believe what is going to come back that has nothing to do with you. It's other people.
Yeah.
So I'm going to teach you how we can fix that, because it's something that definitely needs fixing. This is one of the biggest fixture searches I literally have ever seen.
It's like typing in Harrison Ford and you find out there's only still one Harrison Ford.
Well, there's several Antonio. So, and by the way, we're saying Antonio's full name. I normally only do that if the guest wants their full name out there, and you said you were comfortable with that. You wanted to do that, which is actually good, because people will know it's you, right? They'll know that it's you with your face, versus these hundreds that I found.
I think one of them was a football player, I believe.
Well, that would be a good one. There's several of them that are bad, and that's what we don't want out there for you, because let's say you want to DJ and we get you to the point where you're starting to DJ and getting gigs, and people are going to Google you. They want to see who's coming to their kids' parties and who's going to DJ at their wedding,
it's
and they
like
don't want
a background check almost, basically.
Well, it's nowadays, and we'll go over all of it, but there are several tabs on Google. There's also an AI search now on Google that compiles information. So if it's just compiling information that has nothing to do with you, and it's someone else with the same name, how are they going to differentiate? Because your digital footprint is almost zero. You're only on what social media are you on?
I generally, and this is not so consistent, I do have Facebook. I do have Instagram. I had TikTok, but I had to remove, this is pretty common, I had to remove a lot of the apps from my phone, because when you're on the iPhone, you can only have so much storage. I just have YouTube in terms of like watching videos. I'm more into video gaming, so I do have an Xbox Live account too, which is still good. If you can still manage that. But
I mean, do you think if you had a better online presence, it could help you reach your goals?